True Gamer here, back with another episode. The comments in my last video from them hardcore critics gave me a super idea for my next video, and here it is. I decided to go against my will, dig into my savings and summon this game. And lucky for me, it didn't cost too much, but it didn't cost too little neither. It was bang in the middle. And by the way, this game was missing from my Street Fighter crossover collection, and it's going to be a good Street Fighter update flick coming soon. I had a few Street Fighter hardcore enthusiasts that were happy with my collection, but wasn't happy with me saying that this was just an updated version and it only consists of new characters. But despite the fact that all I really needed to say was that this was just an updated version to the first game that was published. Although I didn't just mean characters, because of course there would be a few twists and turns here and there from the original, but everything happens for a crucial reason. And I didn't go deep into the changes because I didn't know every detail that was introduced at the time, simply because I didn't own the game. But what a difference a day makes, because now it's in my collection. So in this video, we're going to find out what Capcom actually added to the Capcom vs SNK Pro Edition, and let's see if it was worth double dipping back in the Y2K, or was you just better off sticking with the first iteration and saving all them pennies. But damn, you would have thought to some people in my last video I said that Capcom vs SNK is exactly the same as the Pro and nothing really changed. So if you own the original, you'll be wasting your time and money to be getting the Pro, when all I was really indicating is that the Pro is just the enhanced version of the original game. But nothing in this modern generation is going to change the fact that they are both Capcom vs SNK Millennium Fight 2000, Pro or no Pro, regardless of all of the extra modes, levels, new layouts or characters that may be involved in the Pro. They are still Capcom versus SNK Millennium Fight 2000. Same with these games, whether they're Super, Ultra, Ultimate, it is still Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs Capcom 3. And if you only had this copy, it will mean that you would just own the original version of the game without all these fancy enhancements. But I must admit, these games did a complete overhaul from start to finish. It had different, it was like a new game, but in some instances, because I don't even think you can play the original campaign. But nevertheless, it's still Marvel vs Capcom 3 and Street Fighter 4. So yeah, I hope that clears up a few things for some individuals. So let's get back to Capcom vs SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. So the cover art, as you see, has changed, but I will still swing towards the original as my favorite. And this is what the back looks like. And then if I open it, as you see, we have the Japanese spine card, so we got a nice minty copy. And also the GD-ROM disc image has been replaced from the original, but them colours still glisten and glow. So that's the main thing that matters there. So as I bring out the original, I'll show you the difference in cover. This is the original and this is the Pro. Yeah, major contrast in artwork. But there you have it. But if I open up the case one more time, and I do prefer the disc on the original, I must say. But there you go. The original disc is the red one, and the blue one is the Pro. I'm going to swap them around. So as you see here, the both games still behold the polychromatic manuals with all of them bright popping colours jumping out at you from all angles possible of the page. Just check out the artwork in that, guys. Absolutely superb. Cannot go wrong with these Japanese manuals. Now, I didn't show you inside the manuals in my last video of the original Capcom versus SNK. As you see how I prefer the cover art compared to this one, but that's just my bias because I'm an absolute Ryu and Ken fan. But yeah, let's just have a quick flick through here, and as you see, the artwork is electrifying with all them colours, bringing this booklet to life. And once again, superb drawings that you just don't want to take your eyes off. So yeah, at least we do still get our polychromatic manuals. Now that was the difference in cases. Now let's see the difference in the title screens, game modes and characters, just so we can distinguish the two versions of the game and see was the changes huge or minute. Right now I'm going to switch over to some gameplay and annotations, so I will catch you on the other side.
Capcom.
Capcom versus SNK. Millennium Fight 2000.
Capcom versus SNK. Millennium Fight 2000. Capcom versus Round one, fight.
勝ちだな。
Which groove do you like? Form up your team. Capcom versus Capcom.
Capcom versus SNK. Millennium Fight 2000.
Capcom versus SNK. Capcom versus SNK. Which groove do you like? Form up your team. Legend.
知らぬいまい参ります
Round one, fight. Final round, fight.
So there it is. The difference between the two is minuscule. And like I said in my first video, once you own this, basically you'll own the Pro minus the DLC back then. And it looked like Capcom was just on a money grabbing mission. And if you don't really care about online, the original will more than satisfy your Capcom versus SNK needs. So there's your answer to the Pro scenario. The two games are more or less identical down to the home screen and the arcade mode. Just network mode is the main game changer and some extra characters. Definitely not worth the upgrade unless you were desperate to play online and you were a fan of the included characters, which are mainly Dan and Akuma. The difference between the original and the Pro are minuscule to me, and I stand by what I claimed in my first video, that this was just a retro DLC on a disc, and that's the only way they used to really get their extra content out to the gamers back then, because we didn't really have access to online to just download patches and whatnot. And yeah, I can't believe that in the Pro they axed the secret shop. They could have done something with that, with the network mode, with the online access. But yeah, so in some ways the original is better than the Pro, and vice versa. Okay guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, even better, subscribe. Till next time, see ya.